You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Trump sneers at Times' desperate attempt amid tumultuous court battle, based on an article by Matthew Chapman. Trump turns a venue ruling into a victory parade, the only power in the room. Donald Trump did not win a ruling on the truth of his claims. He won a ruling on where the case can be heard. That distinction matters, because it exposes the basic tactic: convert process into propaganda, then sell the process back to supporters as proof that the substance is already settled. The source is clear. Judge Steven Merryday ruled only that the suit was filed in the proper venue and can proceed in the Middle District of Florida. Trump still has not proved liability against the New York Times or Penguin Random House, but on Truth Social, he framed a procedural step as if it were a substantive vindication. The lawsuit is the message. Trump's lawsuit is not just litigation. It is political performance delivered through the courts. He is suing over alleged defamatory statements tied to his life and business during the 2024 election, but the larger purpose is obvious from the way he talks about it: use the judiciary as a stage for grievance, retaliation, and message discipline. The first judge in September rejected that maneuver because Trump was using the court to air political complaints. He came back with more targeted claims, and now he is celebrating a venue ruling as if it proved fake news. That is not confusion. It is strategic laundering of weak claims through institutional legitimacy. A judge's ruling, rewritten as Trump's evidence. Merryday's ruling did one thing: it kept the case in Florida. Trump treated it like a public endorsement. That is the standard authoritarian trick: win a procedural footnote, declare moral victory, then flood the zone with claims that the institutions themselves have validated you. The source notes Merryday was appointed by George H.W. Bush, which matters for context, not because appointment lineage determines outcome, but because Trump's camp will always weaponize any institutional detail that can be folded into a loyalty narrative. A ruling from an older Republican-appointed judge becomes another prop in the performance. Misdirection as political practice. The real misdirection here is not just Trump's. It is the broader habit of media and political coverage to treat his legal gamesmanship as if it were ordinary dispute resolution. It is not ordinary. It is a deliberate effort to turn the courts into another arena for domination, where the actual question of liability gets buried under spectacle. The source says the case has yet to proceed on the merits. That should be the headline. Instead, Trump gets to posture as though a venue decision confirms the righteousness of the suit. That inversion is the point. Keep attention on the drama of filing and ruling, never on the weakness of the underlying claims. What this reveals: this story is about institutional asymmetry. Trump holds the attention economy, the grievance machine, and a record of treating legal and political systems as interchangeable weapons. The Times has institutional power too, but in a very different sense. It is a media giant being dragged into a court battle that Trump wants to convert into partisan theater. The deeper pattern is clear. Authoritarian politics does not always begin with open censorship or direct seizure. Often it starts with disciplined misuse of existing institutions until courts, press, and procedure are all recast as instruments of personal revenge. That is the logic on display here. A venue ruling is not a triumph. It is one more opportunity for Trump to dress process up as truth and hope nobody notices the difference. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article. With the automated voice of Marcus, thanks for listening.